Welcome to Lakeview Schools, and this is John Sterner, and I am instructing with my Art 270 SMSU Art for Elementary Students class, and we are going to be learning how to make a embroidered patch, just like this one, kind of, sort of. So what we're going to be doing, to be exact, is we are going to be how to sew using basic stitches to embroider a patch. Tools you will need: a strip of cloth, preferably a couple strips of cloth. I like felt that you can buy at Walmart for 35 cents or 40 cents. You're also going to need a big-eyed needle, one that has a large eye. The larger the eye, the better. You're going to need a scissors, and you're going to need some embroidery thread. I have a really nice gold color here. I have a nice blue color. You can get the Friendship Value Thread Pack. It's pretty cheap. I will use some thread like this to demonstrate how we are going to begin, and I will get started in just a moment. All right, just as you can see, I have a sheet of paper here. It's going to talk about the basic stitches. We're going to use a dolphin stitch, or what is sometimes called a round or a straight stitch. The dolphin goes out of the water, back into the water. The dolphin goes out of the water, back into the water. And you can create a simple embroidered stitch. We're going to learn later how to do a zombie or a crossover stitch, and then we're going to learn how to do blanket stitch. But right now, we're going to learn how to tie a knot. The rabbit goes around the stump and over the root and to the hole, then down through the hole. Pull tight. So I'm going to take my stretch of cloth that I have here, and I am going to pull it out. And I usually want to take a strip of cloth that is at least the length of my arms. When they're extended, I'm going to take my handy dandy end of my thread and my needle. I know this isn't very COVID-19, but I want to make sure that I get that down as loose as I can. And then I'm going to thread my needle. And it might need a couple nudges. It might need a couple. And as my famous sculptor instructor, Jim Swartz, said, if the demo goes correctly, you did something wrong. Now, I'm going to pull the thread all the way down until I get two ends that are the same. Now, I had a former art student in my class that was a home ec professor as her normal career, and she went back and she said, John, you do it this way. There's your rabbit. See the two ears of your rabbit? They are going to go around your stump. The stump is your finger, so it goes once around your finger. As it comes back around the finger, it now goes over the root, and it goes to the hole and down the hole, and then you pull it tight. One more time. The rabbit goes around the root, over the root, and through the hole. And if you pull both knots together, you get a nice double knot like that. Now, it is ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my swatch of cloth, and I'm going to measure out a piece of cloth that is the width of my three fingers and the length of my three fingers. All right, so I'm going to stick my three fingers on here. From my knuckles to my knuckles, I'm going to make a light line and have an idea of where I'm going to cut. And now I'm going to take my scissors. I put my scissors at the back. I find it easier to actually fold the scissors and pull a little bit on the felt. That makes the cut easier to make. If I just cut, it doesn't always seem to cut as easy. So I go like this and pull it tight. I now have my embroidered stitch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the round stitch around the outside. So here it goes. The first stitch goes in from the bottom. The dolphin goes out of the water and then goes back into the water. I always have my knot on one side, and I want my stitches close together. And preferably in a straight line. And there's two stitches. I'm going to keep making more, and I will go once around the block.